Sometimes a musician has to change it up to stay fresh. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 artists that changed genres. For this list, we're looking at musical artists that drastically changed their style throughout their career, switching from one distinct genre to another, often successfully. A few rules to start off. We will not be including artists without a distinct genre, such as David Bowie or Beck. We are also excluding artists that experimented for one album only, such as Snoop Dogg's sudden interest in reggae.
And we don't need no negative to get the best of me.
With that being said, let's get to it. Number 10, Bob Marley.
Don't you look at me so smug and say I'm going bad.
Admit it, you had a phase in high school where all you did was smoke pot and listen to Bob Marley because you understood life, man.
Stolen from Africa, brought to America.
While you may know his greatest hits album, Legend, from front to back, Marley actually has a large discography from his early ska and gospel days to his more well-known shift to reggae.
One cup of coffee, then I go.
He even dabbled in folk later in his career. It wasn't a huge shift, but we're sure his talent would have led him to a successful career had he stuck with ska.
So while you talk about me, someone else is judging you.
This one goes out to Armand.
Number 9, Beastie Boys.
X-Rated on Mojo. X-Rated on Mojo. X-Rated on Mojo. X-Rated on Mojo.
Before becoming the screaming hip-hop artist with party-inspired lyrics that everyone loves, the Beastie Boys were a screaming group of a different kind. The group were originally tough guys that played hardcore punk in underground clubs and bars before meeting producer Rick Rubin and experimenting in hip-hop.
Hey, ladies in the place, I'm calling out to you. Never was a city kid, true and true.
Although the band would pick up their instruments occasionally throughout their career, it is their critically acclaimed hip-hop albums that have solidified the NYC trio as legends. We're sure your parents still don't like them, though.
What could it be? It's overrun. You're scheming on a thing to sabotage.
Number 8, Katy Perry.
This was never the way I planned, not my intention.
The pop star who needs no introduction wasn't always the badass, flirtatious woman we know today. In fact, before her pop career, Katy released a Christian album under her real name, Katy Hudson, which only sold about 200 copies.
You search me.
Katy was raised in an extremely conservative and religious family, so yes, she was that student at school.
Don't disconnect me 'cause it's my last call for help.
While we're sure Katy's parents aren't 100% on board with the singer's recent lyrical themes, she probably makes more money in 5 minutes than she would have made in an entire lifetime singing Christian songs. Number 7, Bee Gees.
I'm going back to Massachusetts.
Everyone knows the Bee Gees most likely from Saturday Night Fever, which made them megastars in the disco era of the 70s. However, before the Australia group became influential musicians in the disco world, the brothers had a sound that was often compared to the Beatles.
Have you seen my wife, Mr. Jones?
Their beautiful harmonies were as prominent as ever, but don't expect to be able to dance to hits like I Started a Joke.
Oh, if I'd only stay.
At least their music is staying alive due to their new direction. Number 6, Taylor Swift.
Drag me head first, fearless.
She began playing the guitar and singing about boys to singing about, well, still boys, but now all thanks to drum machines and synths.
I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
She's practically sneezing out #1 hits today, making a constant loop of Swift on the radio. Just compare her electronic-driven style to her more twangy mien, and you can hear the enormous jump this young superstar has made in only a few short years.
Someday I'll be living in a big old city.
We would say it's worked out in her favor.
'Cause you got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like.
Are you scared?
#5, Kid Rock.
Devil without a cause, and I'm back with the beaver hats and Ben Davis slacks.
Everyone's favorite cowboy rock superstar, Kid Rock, deftly blends rap and rock with country into a unique blend. Before the rock aspect took over his music, Rock was entirely devoted to the rap scene.
It took me so long to reach the point I'm at, and every time I take one step forward, they push me 2 steps back.
Producing numerous albums and even battling Uncle Kracker's brother to a freestyle rap battle in Detroit. Detroit? Rap? Freestyle battles? This sounds familiar.
Unusual, kinda casual, yes. With me, girls are obsessed.
Unlike Eminem though, Rock mostly ditched the rap and began incorporating guitars into his music, frequently performing rap rock and occasionally venturing into country territory.
You and me, we used to be
#4, Gwen Stefani.
every day together, always.
How do you know Gwen Stefani? Is it from her ultra-successful pop career in which she wears skimpy clothing and sings about hollaback girls?
Times have been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that, 'cause it ain't no hollaback girl.
Or do you know her as the lead singer of the reggae ska rock and basically everything else band No Doubt?
Sorry, I'm not home right now, I'm wandering in this battle. If you leave a message, I'll call you back.
While Gwen wrote many of the songs in the later years of the band, she transitioned into a solo artist in 2004 to mixed reception.
All that we've been through, I know we're cool.
While she has since found her footing in the pop genre, back in the 90s, Gwen was an icon of the ska genre and one hell of a frontwoman.
I know what you're thinking, and I don't need your reasons. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts.
#3, Pantera. One of the most successful heavy metal bands in history, Pantera enjoyed a successful career, especially due to Dimebag Darrell's influential guitar playing and songwriting.
You see us coming and you all together run over this town.
However, their sound wasn't always so heavy, as they released 4 albums throughout the 80s as a glam rock band. Yes, that Pantera was a glam rock band. After looking for a heavier sound, they replaced vocalist Terry Glaze with the famous Phil Anselmo, started playing their instruments with a little more gusto, and the rest is rock history.
I had high expectations.
#2, Alanis Morissette.
I don't know.
Alanis is one of Canada's most beloved musical icons, selling over 60 million albums and being dubbed as the Queen of Alt-Rock Angst by Rolling Stone. This same Alanis Morissette released 2 albums as a teenager in Canada, performing very girly dance pop.
Too hot, never too cold. You make that shot too hot to hold.
Isn't that adorable? She was basically a real-life Robin Sparkles.
That's okay, I'm gonna rock your body anyway.
After dropping the dancing, she picked up a guitar, released the enormously successful album Jagged Little Pill, and has most likely erased her pop career from memory.
But I've got one hand in my pocket, and the other one is spraying my feet.
Before we make the big leap to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
My pappy said, son, you're gonna drive me
Made me shake, made me shake.
Someday, when my life has passed me by,
Well, there's nothing I can do. I've been looking for a girl like you. I bet the boys at home can't leave you alone, you little homegrown honey.
My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. Follow your heart, your intuition, and you'll lead
yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away.
Calling Dr. Dre to surgery.
It's the one and only D.R.E.
Dr. Dre, Lil Buck.
Shout to all my boss boys. Shout to all my boss boys. We rowdy. Shout to all my
Number 1. Skrillex. There's no doubt that Skrillex has taken the world by storm in the last few years with his unique computerized sound, which brought dubstep into the mainstream. Before he shaved half his head and adopted the Skrillex moniker though, he performed as Sonny Moore, the vocalist for post-hardcore band called From First to Last. After leaving the band due to vocal issues, he embarked on a solo career and is now headlining as one of the world's biggest EDM performers. How he made that leap, we have no idea. So, do you agree with our list? What musician do you think made the biggest transition? For more experimental top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.